Disney Encanto. Bruno's Other Gift. Written by Susana Illera Martinez, illustrated by the Disney Storybook art team. The family Madrigal lived in a magical house hidden in the mountains of Colombia, in a wondrous place called an Encanto. Bruno Madrigal, like most members of his family, had a magical gift. Bruno could see the future, but he also had a gift for acting and a love of a dramatic type of television show called telenovelas. One night, the Madrigals planned a gathering to watch Bruno's original telenovelas in his nephew Antonio's room. Even though Bruno was the narrator, it was the rats who were the stars of the show.
Telenovelas are fun,
said Antonio.
They make me laugh.
How can you laugh, Toledo?
Asked Louisa, holding back tears.
They love each other, but they can't be together.
I'm starting to feel a little drizzle.
Peppa said.
Peppy, mi vida.
Said her husband, Felix.
Don't get upset, it's just fiction.
Bruno was very serious as he replied.
No, Felix. It's a powerful type of magic called acting. Sometimes I act like a different person when I need to do things that scare me. Like when I chose to become Jorge when the cracks in Casita needed to be spackled, or when I acted like Hernando when I had to do something dangerous.
Tio Bruno, you are very passionate about acting.
Said Mirabel.
Why don't you act in a telenovela with the rats?
Oh, no. I can't act in a telenovela.
Bruno said. I'm not that talented. The next morning during breakfast, the Madrigal kids were talking about how much fun they had the night before. And how amazing it would be if Bruno could showcase his acting talents on stage. Mirabel had an idea.
Let's show Tio Bruno what a great actor he truly is. That might give him the confidence he needs to act in a telenovela.
All of them thought it was a great idea. Later that morning, Louisa found Bruno in the courtyard of Casita.
I promised Segura Ozma that I would help her repair a wall, to Bruno. I was wondering if you could come with me. It needs some spackle, and I could use some help.
Me?
Bruno asked.
I can't, but Jorge could. But the problem is I don't act like Jorge in front of people other than family.
Please, Tio?
Louisa asked.
I really need your help.
Bruno thought about it.
Maybe just this once.
He said. Then Bruno put a bucket on his head and changed his voice.
I'm Jorge. I can make the spackle.
Señora Ozma was impressed with how fast Bruno and Louisa solved her problem. She thanked them and offered them some freshly made juice as a reward for their hard work.
That was fun.
Bruno said as he and Louisa walked back to Casita.
Thank you for asking me to come along.
You are a great actor.
Louisa said.
And I really appreciated your help.
When Bruno got home, Antonio invited his uncle and the rats to play in his room. Bruno was having a good time until Antonio proposed going for a ride with the Jaguar to the top of the trees.
I'm afraid of heights.
Bruno admitted.
And I don't think I could ride on a Jaguar.
You are such an amazing actor, Chio. When you pretend to be Hernando, you aren't afraid of anything. I bet you could act like Hernando now.
Antonio suggested. The jaguar roared in agreement. Bruno pulled the hood of his poncho on top of his head, and just like that, he had transformed into Hernando. Bruno screamed with delight as the jaguar raced through the treetops. Suddenly, Abuela Alma entered the room with a serious expression.
What is going on here?
She asked.
Sorry.
Said Bruno.
Sometimes I get too loud when I act like Hernando. You looked and sounded exactly like her.
Bruno told Camillo.
My power is my own way of acting.
Camillo said.
But you have natural acting talent, Tio. You don't need to shapeshift in order to become someone else.
Bruno thought for a moment. Then he lifted his rats up on the palm of his hand, changed the tone of his voice, and said,
You need me to carry all the donkeys? No problem.
I know who you are,
said Camillo as he transformed into Luisa.
One more,
said Bruno with excitement. He put one hand behind his ear and whispered.
Shh, shh. Abuela says we're having a Giaco for dinner. Let's get more avocados.
Tio, you're amazing.
Camillo said, changing into his sister, Dolores, who had the gift of super hearing. Later that day, Bruno found Mirabel in front of Casita talking with a bunch of the children from town.
Joe, I was just telling everyone about your gift.
Of seeing the future?
Bruno asked.
No, your other gift, acting.
Mirabel said.
I want to be an actress someday.
A little girl spoke up.
How did you learn to do it?
You can do anything you want as long as you love something and put your heart into it.
Bruno said.
Time for dinner.
Called Yulita from the courtyard of Casita, and Bruno and Mirabel hurried to the kitchen to sit at the table with the rest of the family. Bruno couldn't stop smiling. It had been a very special day, filled with new experiences and wonderful moments with his family.
It looks like my other gift really is acting.
Bruno said to the rats as he shared some snacks with them after dinner. I've got a brand new idea for a telenovela with a guest star. Me! But first I'd better work on building a bigger stage.